love me, I love you, baby. So the story goes, on the 1913 Dixie Flyer special, there were two brothers in St. Anthony, Idaho, in the Panhandle, who worked for the Civilian Conservation Corps, building West Yellowstone, Montana State Park. 75 miles each way on the weekends. Their program ended in 1942. The brother on the Indian rode to Texas, never to be heard of again. We're still looking for that bike. And the brother that owned the Dixie Flyer gave this to his nephew in 1944, who subsequently put it right up in the loft of the potato barn. 1944, nice dry climate. Stayed there till 2005 when the potato barn was falling down, and I happened to have the opportunity to meet the owner within 24 hours of the first phone call. I'd flown out to Salt Lake City, rented a van, drove my 6 hours north into the Panhandle, and arranged the purchase for this bike. So this is original, with the exception of the battery box has been reproduced in the belt. Otherwise, this is an original patina bike. The bike runs, although cosmetically looking original, the interior of the engine's been treated to aerospace technology. You've got a titanium intake valve, ceramic coated combustion chambers, extrude honed intake manifold, every modification possible in the interior of this engine and the ignition has been performed. So I think we've raised the horsepower from 4 horse to 4.1 horse. We're very proud of this, and to move the horses, we get them out of the way. Here you can see in the rear, it still has the remnants of the original 1927 registration, 1927 IDA for Idaho. On the seat is about an inch of missing stitching. Otherwise, this is the 101-year-old original Messinger number 3, Cavalry number 3 seat. That's your throttle, and of course ignition on this side, so a complex set of levers. A coaster brake is the only available stopping mechanism. What a piece of history, huh?
Indeed.
So, only known example, know of none other. This was what's called a badge engineered bike. The American Motor Company was formed in Brockton, Massachusetts by some bicycle racers, the Marsh brothers, and then Mr. Metz, who made the first watch in Waltham, Massachusetts. They formed the American Motor Company, and this was being in 1913, was manufactured in the last year of production. So the Marsh Metz was the most popular bike the American Motor Company made. Then they made Nationals, Peerless, Haverfords, Arrow, a few Winchesters for the gun company, and then this Dixie Flyer. Now we've got 3 pieces of data that link it to the luxury steam train of the same name, the Dixie Flyer. Nashville and St. Louis Railroad ran the Dixie Flyer luxury steam train from Chicago, Illinois to Jacksonville, Florida. It says, Dixie Flyer made exclusively for Bernard Manufacturing, not incorporated, Chicago, Illinois. So even though we know it was made by the American Motor Company in Brockton, Massachusetts, there was some relationship with Nashville and St. Louis Train Company. Same town, Chicago, same date, and same name. So we think this was the last few parts laying around the factory the American Motor Company in Brockton assembled for the train company in some way. So I'm looking for an octogenarian into trains to take us the next step into researching the history of this bike.